Hey everyone, Ryan here, or MandRproductions, and I have a box from LEGO that may be one of the most important boxes of LEGO I've ever ordered from Lego.com. This is something very special, and it's something that I think we should really take note of, and we may not want to get our hopes up, but I think we can start to get our hopes up for what the future of LEGO Star Wars might hold as far as minifigures go. You see, ever since the collectible minifigures line has been around, fans have wanted a LEGO Star Wars CMF series.
It is only natural.
Now you may ask, why can't LEGO just make a Star Wars CMF series? They have the license to LEGO Star Wars. Well, the leading theory behind this is, and I don't believe this has ever been confirmed by LEGO themselves, but I very much believe it to be true, and everyone that I've ever talked to, I think, believes it to be true, is that Hasbro, another toy manufacturer, has the exclusive right to produce Star Wars action figures. Now, as much as you and I may disagree that a minifigure is an action figure, because I very much don't think it is, I think LEGO Star Wars buildable figures are much more akin to an action figure, and I think that any casual observer would think the same thing, but hey, that's not how whatever contract existed between Lucasfilm / Disney and Hasbro, and also Lucasfilm, Disney, and LEGO, was worded. It just wasn't worded in a way that was conducive to LEGO being able to create a Star Wars CMF. Now, earlier in 2020, there was a lot of hubbub because Hasbro and Disney renewed their Star Wars license. So there were probably some new terms thrown in there, and I don't think it's unreasonable to think that something could have changed within the newer contract to let LEGO do something that they have never been able to do before, and that is sell Star Wars minifigures without having to put them in a LEGO set. Oh, but Toys R Us has sold minifigures before. Stuff like that has happened. It's definitely not on purpose. They're not supposed to be selling them. They're supposed to be promos. LEGO has always been able to give them away for free, but they couldn't sell them. That's why they also had to glue the magnet figures to the bases at some point, because they got caught for that, I think. And then also, way back, this is a time before battle packs, like early 2000s, they were doing these figure packs that just had figures in them, basically, with little bases. And apparently Hasbro came in, made a fuss about that, and LEGO was determined to not be able to do that through whatever Lucasfilm and whatever their contracts were written. I don't think it went to court or anything, but I think like Lucasfilm and Hasbro and LEGO were like, yeah, LEGO, you can't do that. And LEGO's like, all right, fine. So that brings us to today. In 2020, the same year the Hasbro deal with Disney has been reworked, renegotiated, signed back up for God knows how many more years. LEGO's deal is still coming up, and while we don't know the inner workings of these things, we can pick up some context clues. And the other day, something got put on Lego.com for $3.99. Let's open the box. I should also mention you can buy these on Lego.com yourself right now if you want. Again, they're $3.99. You're about to find out exactly what they are. And I bought 10 of them, mostly so that I could get the Monkey Kid poly bag, which is actually the first thing out of the bag here. But that's not the important thing in this box. The important thing in this box is this. You have never been able to do this before. This is absurd. Unfortunately, obviously, it's not a massable character. It's not a character like a clone trooper where it's like, awesome, I have 10. I might keep a few of these sealed. I might give a few away. I can do whatever the heck I want with them. That's besides the point. The biggest point is I was able to buy 10 of them from Lego.com for $3.99 each. Now, it has happened before where LEGO has had promo minifigures, and they've made extras of them. They seem to have made a lot of extras of these because they were allowing you to order up to 50 at a time, which is insane. You usually can't do that. But you may very astutely have noticed that on the bag it does say collectible minifigure. Now, obviously, it's not a CMF in the way that CMFs are CMFs, but it definitely seems to open the door to the possibility that LEGO can do CMFs, because they're selling what, for all intents and purposes, is a CMF. You know what's sad now that I think back on it? I think I bought one of these on eBay back when they were first like leaking out or whatever from like some other country, or they had come out in a store in another country, but they weren't out in America yet. I bought one of these for, I want to say, $60 or $70. Just so I could make a video on it. And now I bought 10 of them for $40. So it's funny how time has changed the market there. That's why you always shouldn't jump on the first offering of something. Not to say you shouldn't jump on the first offering of something, because sometimes if you don't, you're going to miss out on it. But this does lend some credibility to the possibility of a CMF series coming for LEGO Star Wars in the future. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility anymore. It could happen as soon as 2021, and with no battle packs, you know, there's just something there. Everything's lining up very weirdly, but 2021 is already a very weird year because of COVID and the effects it has seemed to had on the production and development of the product. So we could be seeing changes for multiple reasons there, but I think a CMF series is definitely on the table. I'm curious what minifigures you guys would want to see in a CMF series. Leave in the comments section below. I would assume they would do some figures from like basically every movie or just like a combination of things. This is crazy to me. You have never been able to do this. You always had to buy these in battle packs, and some people will be like, oh, well, the stand, it's got pieces in it, so you're not just buying a minifigure. But again, LEGO has had minifigures with stands before where they had extras of and they didn't just sell them. This is the first time they've ever just sold them, and everything to me lines up to perfectly. Now, this is no guarantee that we're getting a CMF series. They could always just change their mind, cancel whatever they could be working on, or they could just be working on nothing, and this is all just something they had extras of and are either selling despite the fact that they're not allowed to, or they're selling because they're allowed to, but it doesn't mean there's something coming in the future, and that they could just be skipping a year of battle packs, or we might be getting a super battle. Like, there's a whole ton of things that could be at play here, and unfortunately we don't know anything, but this is very interesting. I'm gonna reach out to the LEGO Ambassador Network to see if they'll comment on this, and hopefully maybe we get some word out of why they're able to sell these specifically. To me, there's no question in my mind that Disney would be like, LEGO's making us more money, because if you look up the LEGO aisle and you look at the Star Wars section, how many Star Wars sets they make, and you look at the action figures for Star Wars and whatnot that Hasbro makes, I'm just saying, I think LEGO probably makes more money for Disney, so it would be in Disney's best interest to say, hey, we want to throw LEGO a bone and let them do what they want to do with their product, because this isn't going to cut into Hasbro's action figure sales anyway. So very interesting here, guys. I think we've got a cool one. Could mean CMFs in the future, could not. We could just be getting a ton of Obi-Wans for no reason. Again, you can buy these on Lego.com if you're interested in them. I don't know why I bought 10. I don't really need 10. I just wanted that Monkey Kid bag. But this is neat. This is very different. So leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and hopefully I'll see you in 2021 with some Star Wars CMFs.